Yo, what is up, everybody? It's Void. I sound tired. I just got off work, but today we're gonna be talking about Elaine. Elaine right now, her main DPS slot, her wand doesn't really have a team. I'll still talk about it and maybe throw a hypothetical team out there, but her the slot that I'm using, the staff. But let's go through her wind wand first. Passive. Each attack on an enemy with wind burst activated increases crit chance by 33% for 5 seconds. This doesn't stack. I'm pretty sure this is just 33%, but increased crit for what her wind wants to do is crit. This is excellent. Her other skill, her first skill, inflict damage equal to 66% of attack every 1 second while the stance is maintained. Each hit decreases the normal skill cooldown by 3 seconds. So when you hit somebody every 1 second, and this is a maintained skill, hold it, you're decreasing this one, Razor Wind. Inflict damage equal to 202% of attack. Each critical hit increases the hero's crit damage by 20% for 33 seconds. This has a max stacks of 3 times. So when you have full stacks, it'd be 60% crit damage. You're also, the wind burst activated, you're getting a 33% crit, on top of that. And you're also getting you're also decreasing, or wait, where was it? Oh, well, you're getting that that crit chance. This is doing crit damage. This is when you're using it, it's lowering the cooldown by 3 seconds. So you can keep on throwing Razor Wind over and over again. And then you have the Wind Blast. Inflict damage equal to 402% of attack. Decreases hero's normal skill cooldown by 15%. Again, the entire wind side of her is legit built around Razor Wind, and you just want to be spamming it over and over again as often as possible, because this is going to be your main source of damage. Honestly, with her wind team, this is really not existent. The only characters I know we have wind is her, Tristan's wind longsword, and then Hauser. So we're missing one more mono. You could throw Manny on there, I'm guessing, if you really wanted to run the team. I know Daisy's coming out and she has part wind. You're probably gonna end up running her on the team. But as of right now, the wind team doesn't exist, which kind of sucks, because if you've watched some of my older videos, I was talking about how I wanted wind to be actually somewhat prominent, but doesn't look like it's gonna happen. Next, staff. Her staff is legit her overall, the best way to put it is, if you want, you could throw her on most teams and she'll do her job. She's not the best slot. I'm pretty sure Manny might be a better support than her, but for what I'm doing, this is legit perfect. Increase increase the hero's all element burst effect efficiency by 20%. So if I want, because my build is building up Jericho's ice burst, this is also helping. Restores 2 magic points when burst is when you activate a burst. This has a cooldown of 20 seconds. I usually proc this maybe twice in a fight. I think about 2 times in a fight, but restoring 2 points helps a lot. In all honesty. Light wave. Increase all element burst efficiency of all allies in range for by 30% for 10 seconds. Again, y'all have seen, hopefully, I think with the Jericho video, I think she was on the team in the Jericho video. You've seen that I put this down, and Jericho, you pop her enchantment, which does ice build up, and you pop her skill, and that does ice build up. You're already you have a quarter left of ice build up. and you can one turn it. You don't ever run out of the enchantment before you fully build up ice, and you're bringing in Meliodas and doing crazy damage. So this helps a lot. Divine Force Swarm. Inflict damage equal to 33% of attack on enemies in range every 1.5 seconds for 8 seconds. This really doesn't do much. This really doesn't do much in the long run. This is legit like maybe, I think right now it's like 800 damage every single time this procs, which isn't much compared to what Meliodas is doing. So it's kind of a nothing skill. In my opinion, I think on different teams it might be better, but for what I'm doing, it doesn't really help. And then lastly, we have the ult. Decrease nearby allies damage taken by 50% and enemies all element burst resistance by 25% for 20 seconds. So we're buffing us and debuffing the enemy, which is always good. I usually don't really pop her ult because I want to save my ult for Meliodas, because he does insane damage with it. But if you pop this, you're basically instantly building your burst with Jericho, and then you can bring in Meliodas and do crazy amounts of damage if you have the points to spare. Lastly, the grimoire. This is the grimoire is basically for Diane's Earth team. I don't know if this is a must-have, but I'm pretty sure if you have her, you want to be using it for it. Increase Earth damage by 30 and attack switch damage by 50 while allied heroes have a barrier. So when you have a barrier up, you're doing more Earth damage. Your attack switch does more damage, which, I mean, more damage is more damage. And what I've heard by Diane is the more damage you do is just it just gets more broken. Our next ability, inflict damage equal to 79% of attack. Then apply Saint's Mark to nearby enemies and allies for 20 seconds. Saint's Mark's effect. It differs based on if there's an enemy or an ally who has it. The ally version, restore the tag gauge by 50% for 1 second. Whoa, actually, I just misread it. Restores the tag gauge by 50 every 1 second. Okay, cool. That's all right. And then the enemy version, decrease Earth burst resistance by 20. Again, when you do this, you're putting Saint's Mark on nearby allies and enemies, and now you're just building Earth burst faster. And I'm pretty sure Diane's might be the same way as Meliodas, where you switch Diane, and when an Earth burst is happening, she's doing crazy damage. Our next skill, inflict damage equal to 126% of attack. Grant allies barriers equal to 135% of defense for 20 seconds. Allies damage taken decreases by 10 while the barrier is active. Again, this applies the barrier. When the barrier is active, you're getting more Earth damage and attack switch damage. All around good. Honestly, yeah, I think this is just a must-have for the Earth team. So if you have Deanne and you have Elaine and she's not on the team, what are you doing? Honestly. Next, Dust Seal, which is her ult. Inflict damage to 206% of attack. Inflict Petrify for 6 seconds. Petrify. Increase physical and earth damage taken by 50% and decrease damage taken from all elements other than physical earth by 25. So basically this is this is just, if you're not running a defense or physical, you do not want to be popping her ult, because it's just gonna nerf your damage by 75%. So this is Earth Elaine. This is just for Earth and physical, which I feel like, I guess I don't know what physical's running right now, because I don't think there's an all physical team, but that might change when Bond comes out. But right now, it's pretty self-explanatory. Earth is the best one for the Earth team. This one's best because if you if you don't have anybody anywhere else to put her and you want to run her on the team, or you just pulled her and you don't really have many characters and you want to run her on the team, I will go with staff and then her wind wand. We don't talk about right now. Let me show you what I do. I was over here crafting. Also, the event just hit to get all of this stuff and get a free weapon, which I am probably gonna go for the axe. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's been happening. You don't know the half of it, man. Me and Blade have been talking about Meliodas, because we were like, well, let's actually like go through and just fully test and like build a whole bunch of research on it. And I don't fully stand on the point of dual swords being the best, but I feel like dual swords are best early game. Axe is best mid game to late game, and then when you like reach end game, that like late to end game, surprisingly long sword just starts running. And I've seen some long sword clips that just don't, that are kind of crazy. But there's also the special long sword. There's two SSR long swords, and the other SSR long swords for darkness, and it also just adds onto the damage. But let me show you what I do with Elaine on the team. It's legit gonna be two things, so she's gonna dip out. I pop both of these and I just switch in Jericho, because Jericho's here to build that ice build up for my team to actually do damage. But she helps you basically, right? She gets that build up, and that's her entire job. She doesn't have to do really anything else for the team. Oh, let me dodge these. But that's her job. Her job is legit just to do ice build up, or help Jericho do ice build up and get out the way. Hopefully I can pull Deanne so I can actually like show the earth build, because I've heard the earth build is really good for the earth team, but unfortunately I do not have that girl. Me and Blade really want her, because from what I've heard, she was just like absolutely like nutty. Almost died there. Also got to get my I've still been working on my efficiency, or not my efficiency, my CC. I'm trying to get that up. But legit, Elaine's job with my team: switch her in, do the moves, get Jericho out, and then just start doing ice build up. Switch out Meliodas, do dummy damage, and just put down bosses. Actually, I don't think I'll be collecting anything from here. I don't need anything from here. But like, subscribe, bro. If you enjoyed the video, you thought it was useful, like and subscribe. Thanks. I think we at 60 subscribers. I think we might be at 60 subscribers. So thank you. I really appreciate it. The Jericho video's doing absolutely insane. I think we're currently at 3.3K last time that I checked. Let me check right now just to give y'all an accurate number. That Jericho video is at 3.4K. No, you couldn't tell me that a video I posted would hit that in less than a week. So thank y'all so much. Hopefully I can bring more content that you enjoy and find useful, and I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.